Okay. Yay. Have not done any self-care whatsoever. It's so cold. This is the toughest part of residency so far. Welcome back, vlog. It is officially my last week in the ICU. Time really flies when you're having fun and constantly tired, stressed out, maybe considering having done other career paths. No, I'm just kidding. It's actually been a really awesome month and I've enjoyed it a lot. So let's make this last week a good one. Anyway, I'm running a little bit late, so let's head to work. Say hi to the vlog chip. Chewy also says good morning vlog. Fit check of the vlog, baby. Okay, now let's go. All right, guys, I am at the hospital. Can't believe it's already my last week of the ICU rotation. It did go by pretty fast. I would say the days were definitely long, but these weeks have flown by. I've actually decided to swap out one of my later electives with another ICU elective. So if that's any indication for how much I've actually enjoyed it, then yeah, I want to do another rotation. Anyway, I worked yesterday, so today is actually day 2 out of 6 for me, and then I'll have Saturday off, and then I work Sunday, and that'll be my last day of this rotation before I start my next block. But at the end of next week, I take step 3, so I kind of got to lock it in for this week and next week. Unfortunately, I'm kind of tired this morning because I stayed up a little bit doing some step 3 cases last night. It's gonna be a rough few days. I kind of just want to make it through in one piece. Anyway, that's enough yapping. I gotta head inside for sign out with the night team, so I'll catch you guys later. All right, guys, we made it through Monday. It was actually a pretty quiet day in the ICU. I only saw like one admission and I did a single line, just an arterial line. So pretty chill overall, especially compared to last week. But it's just day 2. I still have 4 more to go. Anyway, time to head home and have some dinner, work on my family's Christmas tree a little bit, and try to get some studying in. All right, that is the progress so far. So I've started working on CCS cases for my step 3 studying. So the first day is the multiple choice exam. The second day is all cases. The biggest learning curve has been trying to figure out the software and just what these cases want me to do, what to order, tests, diagnostics, consults, screenings, all that stuff. My scores have ranged between like 55 and 75%. I actually did get 100% on a case, which was a good feeling, but I've only done 7 cases so far. I want to get at least maybe 75 of them done before my exam. I've also now finished both of the UWorld practice assessments, but I didn't do them all in one sitting because I don't time on this ICU rotation to do a full practice exam. So I've like completed the self-assessments in blocks. So I don't know how reflective it is. Like, yeah, I passed them, but it's not like I did it off of like one go where stamina matters. And that's the part that really sucks about having to study for step 3 while on ICU, is I don't really get to practice that stamina. But we're doing what we can with a busy rotation, and honestly, I'm just proud of myself for sticking to the grind and studying every day. When I got off work, I knew it'd be hard, and it is, but I only have to do this, hopefully, for the next week and a half. All right, I'm gonna try to get some more cases done and then head to bed, so I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Good morning to you too. That is Chip telling me that he needs to pee. The crazy part is he has a doggy door right there. Tuesday, baby. Let's have a good day. All right, I am done for the day. Honestly, not a bad day overall. Can't really complain. It was pretty chill overall. We have a pretty full census, but it wasn't like crazy. It's not like we were running around going to codes all day, but we do have a lot of patients in our ICU. Anyway, you guys know the drill. It's time to go home and have some dinner and try to get some studying in. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I'm starting to get pretty tired, but we gotta keep pushing through the week. Good morning, Papas. Look how cozy they look. I am so jealous of you guys. All right, let's go to work. All right, I'm at the hospital. I just got today, tomorrow, Friday, and Sunday, and then I'm completely done with my ICU rotation.
Oh, I see.
All right, guys, I am done for the day. Honestly, it was a really, really good day. Kind of started off like it was dragging a little bit, but the rest of the afternoon was really fun. We had some pretty interesting patients. We were able to downgrade some. We got some admits. We did some procedures. We did a central line and an arterial line. One of the lines was actually pretty difficult and took me a few attempts to get just because of some of the anatomy and physiology with the patient that made it particularly difficult, just to kind of be broad with the details. But the main thing is it took me a few tries, but my attending was extremely patient. The nurse was extremely patient. My co-resident was very patient, and they were encouraging me to keep on trying. And eventually I managed to get the line, which was a very good feeling. It was definitely a residency type moment where, you know, things are going to be hard, and this is the place and time to get better at it. And with these experiences, you know, when you're struggling, you can only get better. And that was really fun. I really appreciate all the encouragement and the patience. And that's just, I think, the reflection of like a good learning environment. I think, you know, stressing out a learner doesn't help them at all, right? But encouragement and words of affirmation, I think, help a lot more. So it was a good day, really good day. Now it's time to head home and try to get some studying in, man. Just another week and a half. Got this. I can't wait to not spend my evenings studying, but gotta do what we gotta do. So I'm going back and forth between doing cases for step 3 and doing some practice questions on UWorld. I'm doing my incorrects, or at least trying to pick through them. But I forgot that DePaul and I have to present a paper tomorrow for our didactics. There's like a journal club, and we're signed up to present a paper and give a talk on it. So we have a PowerPoint that we had to review, and I need to actually just read the paper because I have to present on it. I'm also transferring the footage you guys are watching from my phone to my laptop so I can put it all into the editor. So later this week when I edit this vlog, I kind of decrease some of the friction. This is multitasking at its finest. I'm literally trying to balance studying, presentations, YouTube. Not to mention that I was in the ICU for nearly 13 hours today. So it's tough, guys. This is the toughest part of residency so far. And there's Chip, eating Chewy's leftovers. Hey, Papas. Having these little guys with me definitely adds a lot of happiness to my life. So I recommend getting a dog if any of you guys are thinking about it. Oh, but on a positive note, ya boy got paid today. My paycheck was $1,940. So that was for the last 2 weeks, which I worked about 72 to, I would say, 76 hours on average for each week for the last 2 weeks. So somewhere between 144 to, I don't know, I would say 152 hours for $1,940. I don't know what the math comes out to, but the hourly of that is probably atrocious. Anyway, that's it for the night. I'm going to try to finish up this studying and reading this research paper. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Hi, Chip and Chewy. Oh, sorry guys. I thought that was you. All right, I'm back at work. Like I said, today is Thursday, which means we have didactics this afternoon. Anyway, I gotta meet the team for a sign out, so I'll catch you guys later. Oh man, we are definitely in chilly season. It's so cold. Yay!
How's your week been so far in the ICU?
So good.
Good.
Eyes, cranial nerves, a remarkable motor, right lower.
Very nice. All right, guys, I am done with my day. It was a pretty good day overall. The ICU was, I would say, stable. Like, things were okay, but we had didactics in the afternoon, which was nice. Got to see some of my co-residents. Paul and I did our presentation for journal club, and then the rest of the evening in the ICU was pretty chill. So now, instead of going home and studying, I'm actually going to go grab some dinner with my co-residents because this is our last day all together on this rotation because one of us is not here tomorrow. And then on the weekends, we split the days, with who's covering Saturday and Sunday. So this is our last day working together and the vibes were really good. We enjoyed working together all month long. So we're gonna go grab some dinner to kind of celebrate the end of this rotation. And the point I wanna make is that, yes, do I want to go home and study? Of course, I'm stressed about step 3. I've been going home and studying after every single shift for the past several weeks. But it's also important to not miss out on life experiences and the little things like getting dinner with your co-residents, because in the long term, those friendships matter a lot. And you shouldn't be missing out on life for, more work and school and studying and stuff, right? It's important to have a good balance. Anyway, let's head to dinner.
Are we gonna be in the vlog now?
Do you want to? Say hi, wave.
No. Stacey and
Okay, now do it at the same time. All right, and redo. Ready? And go. Good morning, guys. Happy Friday. I'm so sleepy. Let's get ready for work. It's Friday, baby. Finally, the end of the week. I get my day off tomorrow, and then I come back on Sunday, and that will be my last day of this rotation. All right, I'm gonna head inside. Let's make it a good day.
Hey, that's why some people argue you can do a spinal.
Content.
I'm requesting 10% of your income for this video.
All right, I am done for the day. Kind of a long, tiring day. We did a lot of procedures, kind of just a lot of running around. Overall, though, it wasn't that bad. Anyway, it's my Friday. I want to go home and try to get some studying in. So we'll debrief and talk about my end of rotation thoughts sometime tomorrow. All right, guys, so it is Saturday afternoon, and I've basically just been spending my morning doing practice questions for step 3. This is basically how I have spent every single one of my days off this month. I was gonna shower and get a little bit more ready to vlog for you guys, but then I realized this is the reality. This is the point of view of what my life looks like. If I got all ready, that would be a little bit ingenuine because this is my day. I laid in bed, did practice questions, have not done any self-care whatsoever. That's just the reality. That's my life, and I'm not gonna hide it. I'm not gonna apologize for it. Anyway, as you guys know, this is finally the end of my IC rotation. Well, sorta, because I still have to go in tomorrow morning. So tomorrow will actually be my last day, but obviously I have to end off the vlog, so I can't take you guys with me for that, but we can still pretend that the rotation is over pretty much. Overall, it was a really, really good month. I was very nervous to start this ICU rotation, as pretty much any resident who is doing ICU is. It's a scary, tough rotation, probably the toughest rotation that we do in residency. It's called intensive for a reason, right? It's the highest level of care in the entire hospital, and coming in as a relatively new resident, still an intern, is scary. And so I was rightfully nervous, but it turned out to be a really, really good experience. From the education perspective, I have learned so much this month about the management of acute life-threatening conditions. And you learn about this stuff as a medical student, when you're studying for your boards, you read about it, but it's very different when you are the resident doctor that now has to take care of people in those situations. And not even just the medical knowledge and clinical decision-making, but the relationships that you need to have with your patients and their families and the rest of the care team to really make sure that every patient in the ICU is getting comprehensive care is so important. And that's important in all aspects of healthcare, but I think it's exemplified in the ICU because we really rely on our discussions with families when we make these medical decisions for the patients. And I talked more about that in last week's vlog, so I won't keep going on about it here, but it's a big part of ICU management, and I did really enjoy it. As far as the day-to-day, I felt fulfilled in what I was doing. I felt like even as a resident, I had a lot of say and control in the care for my patients, and it felt like we were actually doing things that were helping, right? Like if a patient coded anywhere in the hospital, which I didn't talk a lot about this throughout my vlogs, just because I wanted to respect the patients that we were taking care of, but we went to a lot of codes, a lot of cardiac arrest, a lot of patients needed resuscitation, or patients needed to have their airway protected with endotracheal intubation because they were developing respiratory failure. Even though I didn't talk a lot about it, that was happening a lot. And that's one of the big jobs of the ICU, is to take care of those patients that aren't just in the ICU, but who are in the hospital and may need to be upgraded to the ICU. I kind of liked that part of management. It felt really good to go and essentially save a life in the moment, when I thought about becoming a doctor. And I remember as a scribe in the emergency room, I would see those situations happen, but I wasn't really a part of the care for those situations. And now as a resident, I get to be, and it is extremely fulfilling. So besides all the medical stuff, I just really enjoyed being in the ICU. I loved working with all of the other professionals in the ICU, whether it was the nurses, the pharmacists, the case managers. I feel like the team dynamic really has to be strong in an ICU for good patient care to happen. And my experience this month was exactly that. It was very enjoyable. And even though it was a stressful month, being surrounded by such good people made it so much better. And huge shout out to my co-residents and our fellow that were on this month. The vibes were so good, and we actually just enjoyed being around each other, which made being stuck in the ICU for 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, much, much better. I really enjoyed it. I think Chewy just tried to open my door. Look at him. He's trying to escape out the door. Oh, and I got to do a lot of procedures this month, right? Intubations, placing lines. It was very applicable to my training as an anesthesiologist, especially as a transition year resident, where I don't necessarily always have the opportunity to do anesthesia related things. I'm definitely looking forward to doing more ICU rotations in the future, and I'm definitely going to be as an anesthesia resident. I will be doing a fair amount of ICU, and now I'm even considering doing fellowship in critical care because of my experience this past month, which I have a few years to decide on that, but I'm definitely thinking about it. As much as I enjoyed it though, it's going to be pretty nice to have a break from the long, strenuous hours. I'll be starting an outpatient rotation on Monday, so I'm going to be going pretty much back to the opposite side of the spectrum as far as work hours go. I'll be doing more 9 to 5 hours. I'll be outside the hospital dealing with not acutely ill patients. So pretty much black and white difference between the two. So it'll be nice, I think, to have a break, especially because I am taking step 3 this coming week, which has definitely also contributed to my experience in the ICU. Having to work all day and then also try to study every single day has been very difficult and draining, and I'm definitely feeling it and I'm very excited to get this phase of residency over with. I mean, think about it. I've been working essentially 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, and then also coming home and studying for STEP. So if you count taking step 3 as part of my residency requirements and add that to my work hours, I was working essentially 14 to 15 hours a day, and then also on my one day off studying for about probably 8 to 10 hours, right? That's a lot of work hours. And then I've been maintaining this YouTube channel somehow this entire time, which I thought I would not have time to post. I thought I was gonna have to like go MIA for the month and somehow we post a video a week, but that's still work I'm doing outside of work. So this is so far probably the most amount of hours I've worked throughout residency, just between my main job as a resident, this job, which, you know, even though it's a hobby and I enjoy it, it's still kind of like a side hustle, right? And then study for my boards. Definitely the most hours of work. I have not gotten a chance to exercise very much this past month, play video games, you know, just spend time with friends and family. It's been rough. I'm not gonna lie. It's been really rough. So I'm looking forward to getting some extra downtime these next couple of months. Anyway, to sum things up, ICU, 10 out of 10. Studying for STEP while on ICU, 0 out of 10. Don't recommend, but loving it. Excited that tomorrow's my last day, but looking forward to future ICU rotations. Anyway, I really need to study some more today and somehow edit this vlog tonight to get it up before I go to bed and then wake up tomorrow for my shift, which is when this vlog goes up. So I'm gonna end it here, but the next time you guys see me, I will have taken step 3. So make sure to wish me luck. And I think because of the fact that I'm taking step 3 this week, I kind of just want to lock in and focus on it. So I think what we'll do for next week's video is a Q&A. So leave some questions in the comment section that you want me to answer in a Q&A. I think I can set aside like 30 minutes this week to film a Q&A and get it edited and uploaded next week. I just don't think it'll be as easy to vlog the week and still stay super focused on STEP. I think I should just focus on studying for STEP. So leave some questions for a Q&A. I think we'll do that next week, and then we'll pick up vlogging the week after. Anyway, that's enough yapping. I appreciate you guys joining me for another week in residency. Wish me luck on step 3, and I'll see you guys next week.